Good morning, Rob Dayton with the Masters Program. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the reputation of Jesus. What is his reputation? You know, Paul says that we are the body of Christ. He's the one who came up with that concept. There was a body of Christ that walked the earth when Jesus was on it. And after his death and resurrection, somehow we become the body of Christ with him as the head, the mind. And Paul even says you have the mind of Christ. That's pretty cool. But that means that how people see you is going to have a lot to say about what the reputation of Jesus is. You know, today Nancy and I are in Prague, and as we do in Europe, we looked for gelato about the third hour afternoon, and we came to a gelato place. And we looked at the woman who was serving the gelato in a Nook with a 5-star review. And we asked her, Nancy said, "How are you doing? How are you doing?" And she looked at us in shock. She said, "You are 1 in a million people who would even acknowledge who I am." You know, she went on to say that the pandemic has shifted people's attitudes, that it hasn't been that way. So how many know now more than ever, the body of Christ needs to be a light that shines brightly? What did Jesus do? Jesus, when he walked the earth, he stopped for the one. He was concerned about people. He healed people. He ministered to their heart. He brought forgiveness and restoration to people. And that is a significant part of our mission on planet Earth as the body of Christ. Jesus' reputation will have everything, have everything to do with how you behave and interact with people. That's why in the Masters Program, when we talk about Session 2 and life mastery in the personal realm, it's mission critical to Jesus' reputation on planet Earth. We ask that your body and your mind and your soul, which is your relationships, and your connection with God, which is your spirit, remain healthy, and that you practice mastery in all 4 of these areas. Just a really good hack for you right now as you think about this. One that's been incredible for me and that I've used in my business coaching cities is Brene Brown's, what is the story you're telling yourself? It's just so powerful. What is the story you're telling yourself about the person in front of you right now? What is the story you're telling yourself about the people you encounter on the street, or your friends, or your spouse? You see, the story you tell yourself is going to determine how you're going to respond and act to that person. A lot of times we don't have all the information, and so in a human way, we fill in the blanks, and they're usually negative about people, and that influences how we treat them. It influences our openness to them. It will prevent us, if that narrative is negative, it'll prevent us from stopping for the one and being the hands and feet of Jesus. It's really easy to do. All you need to do is think, when that negative story comes up about someone, you need to let them off the hook. You need to bring forgiveness into the picture. You need to have a new story that says, you know, that person's probably having a bad day. That person probably exploded at me because they're not doing well. There might be something bad at home. If you look at it that way and change the narrative to be a positive about people, bringing the forgiveness and love of Jesus to them, then the way you respond to them is going to be way more powerful, way more engaging, way more loving. Remember, we are the reputation of Jesus. What people say about Christians is what they're going to put on Jesus. So it's imperative that we, particularly through the Masters Program, practice life mastery in the personal realm, because we are his reputation. I'm Rob Dayton with the Masters Program. I hope you have a great day.